afternoon, Philadelphia Eagles fans, and good afternoon, NFL fans, to week 3 of the 2025 football season, where this week we have a divisional round rematch of our Philadelphia Eagles playing here at home against the Los Angeles Rams on a battle of 2 undefeated teams early in the season. Now, as promised, Eddie, yes, I'm wearing them today. Got the rings in the mail, all worked out. I'll be posting a link probably on another video, exactly where to get these replica rings. Of course, I didn't spend tens of thousands of dollars, go Birds, tens of thousands of dollars on this. These are replica ones, but they're pretty cool. I had a close-up of them. I actually even can get your name on them, which is really, really awesome. But let's get into football. We'll do rings another time, especially our most recent ring won last season. And last season, in the playoffs, our hardest matchup was against the LA Rams. That's fact. Matt Stafford is a really good quarterback. Puka Nacua is a really good wide receiver, and DeVonta Adams as well. Now Saquon Barkley went off on him during the regular season and during the playoffs, but you know what? It really came down to a couple of those plays at the very end where if LA would have scored, it'd have been pretty tough. I believe we won, 28-22? So this isn't a walk in the park. So I already kind of explained part of the offense that the Eagles have to play against. With Matt Stafford, he gets the ball out real quick, and he has some really good receivers. So that's something to be concerned with. That being said, though, we had a lot of blitzing last week, and it worked against Patrick Mahomes for the most part, where you have to worry about his legs. Something you don't necessarily have to worry about to the same level with Matt Stafford, but I wouldn't just not pay attention to that at all. I know Patrick Mahomes, I believe, had like 66 yards rushing. That's a lot. That means there's some breakdowns that happened on the line, and it opened up some lanes for him to get some first downs and extend drives that allowed for them to ultimately score 17 points. It was really late, that last touchdown they scored, but still, they scored 17 points, made a closer game than it really needed to be. So that's really what we have to deal with them on offense. On defense, they have a pretty decent line. Obviously, they don't have a person like Aaron Donald sitting there. That was one of the best defensive tackles, if not the best defensive tackle at his time in the league. So we don't have to worry about that. But they are limiting the passing game, which actually we've struggled with, and I'll go into that in a second. That being said, we also know what Saquon Barkley did with them last year in both games that we played them. Saquon Barkley went off on them twice. So you better believe they're going to have a game plan on trying to stop him. I think everybody's going to be looking at the game plan that the Chiefs had in the Super Bowl and tried to redo exactly what they did. Say, okay, if you're going to beat us through the air, which we struggled with. That being said, it's really important to get a player like Dallas Goedert back this week, because if we don't have as reliable hands catching-wise at a tight end, then really the entire defense can focus on stopping our wide receivers, which has greatly limited A.J. Brown, DeVonta Smith, and then our 3s and our 4s, Mechie, Jahan Dotson, Cooper. That's a thing. Jalen Hurts, yes. I think we've all seen the video by now. He barely had 100 yards passing. What I love about his focus, and the reality is, we won both games. We won week 1 against Dallas, scoring 24 points. We won week 2 against Kansas City, scoring 20 points. We did what we needed to do to win. Does it always look pretty? No. We're going to blow out every team by 40 points? No. Every game's not going to look like the championship game. Every game's not going to look like the Super Bowl. If anything, it's really great that we saved those kind of games when we really need them the most. The regular season, it is what it is. Now, last year, at this point, we're actually 1-1. We're coming off a loss against Atlanta. If you look at the beginning of the season, yeah, sure, we scored 34 points against Green Bay. We scored 21 against Atlanta, right? And we struggled. We came out of the gates 2-2, and then we didn't blow the doors off of anybody until later on. You know, we only scored, I believe, 20 points against the Browns. There's only a few games where we really lit it up. That was against Cincinnati's one of the games. The Rams are another game. I mean, we scored 28 against the Jags, sure. Oh, and then Dallas. Yeah, how could I forget? We blew out Dallas twice last year. They were struggling, they were hurt, they were injured. I get it. We blew them out twice, a hurt team, and we beat them the way that we should have. Other than that, if you look at a lot of games, even some of the Giants games, they're a little bit more close. We didn't blow off the doors on anybody. We found ways to win. That's the way this entire season needs to be. That's the way it's going so far. Am I concerned a little bit that we're running a vanilla offense? Yes, a level concerned about that because once again, we're changing offensive coordinators. We have to get used to something new, and a new guy is sitting at that seat that wants to press, but also doesn't want to make mistakes. Sure, you can do that, but so far, and a team like the LA Rams, they're going to test this week because you better believe they're going to come out firing. They're one of the favorites to represent the NFC in the Super Bowl, along with just a few other teams that can, in my opinion, legitimately have a shot of representing the NFC in the Super Bowl. The Rams are one of them. So that's respect from a Philly fan down here, Center City, to the Rams. That being said, there's things about our team that they haven't faced yet this season, and they struggled with us last year. I talked about Saquon Barkley. That's a huge struggle for them last year. That's why he set all sorts of records against them. They haven't met an offensive line like ours. So yeah, their defensive line can look good until they play an offensive line like ours, right? And then you have a quarterback like Jalen Hurts. He doesn't feel like he has to throw for 300 yards, so he's not going to be forced into mistakes. He's going to do what he needs to do in the air and on the ground to do what the team needs for the team to win. Not for his stats, not try to win regular season MVP. He knows keeping the main thing, winning the games every week, getting into the playoffs, running the table, and coming home with another trophy, another parade, and another ring. So that's what we have here in Philadelphia. That's what we're trying to do, and that's what we're going to do this week against the LA Rams. So let's go Birds. Divisional round rematch, Philadelphia Eagles against the LA Rams. We got this like we did last year, regular season and the playoffs. No backing down, no excuses. Do what our team needs to win, and let's go Birds, baby. E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles! Let's go!